Welcome to the CPTM Smart Partners Hub in London. This week is probably the last working week of the CPTM Smart Partners Hub, and probably for most of the smart partners in the smart partnership movement. Is mid-December. It is immediately after the celebration and the funeral service of President Mandela yesterday and over the weekend and all last week. And it is also the time when I hope that most of you, CPTM Smart Partners, might have received or on the point to receive the CPTM Smart Partners card for the end of the year, together with the message, the letter, as well as together with various backgrounds and highlights of the think tanking interactions. Now, as the end of the year 2013, I think based on the feedback I received, we should be very proud. The CPTM Smart Partnership Movement was very intensively, relevantly involved, engaged, both in the national context, but also at the regional, continent, as well as global level. And most of the preoccupations and the contribution that smart partnership as a philosophy and practice continues to make, as well as the whole network in the last almost 30 years, but particularly in the last 15 years or so, is continue to be and is becoming more and more important for most of the smart partners in their own national context. Now, a reminder each end of the year of the kind of contributions we make is related to the way we express all this into our end of the year card. So the end of the year card starts with the message that 2014 should leverage smart partnership for a better world. We already do that, but probably it could be done even more visibly. Also, from the entire smart partnership movement, we send our smart greetings, but it's a smart partnership type of greeting, which shares hopes and best wishes for a healthy, wealthy, and happy 2014. And that comes from the entire smart partnership globe, our own smart partners who are interconnecting almost the same way as the baskets, the famous Southern African baskets connect on the basis of a rainbow. The rainbow that is portrayed within the card, on the basis of which the spiral of the dialogues aiming to South African dialogue in 2014 is, it couldn't be more relevant to the memory of President Mandela, the Rainbow Nations, and the baskets remind us of the smart partnership in Southern Africa. The calendar, it reminds us that smart partners are on the move. They build on whatever one did as a group as well as at the country level in 2013 for 2014 and beyond. And the cooperative framework, the Smart Partnership CPTM cooperative framework, based on networks, nodes, super nodes, national hub, specialized hubs, smart partners links from the Caribbean to the Southern Africa, East Africa, West Africa, Western Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, including the Canadians and the UK and the New Zealand and Australians. They are all built into what is called the CPTM Smart Partnership Cooperative Framework, which is a very live framework of activities. And obviously, the CPTM Smart Partnership Hub in London, it couldn't be more active through webcasts and hybrid communications like the one now, through ongoing attention that we are trying to give you on the latest that is taking place in various countries, in various parts of our movement, as well as in relation to those smart partners that in the last so many years they became part and parcel of the fabric of the smart partnership. On this, I'm afraid the letter that we wrote to be sent to accompany the card came a little bit late in relation to trying to add to those that we are remembering and we build on and moving forward. Smart Partners in the movement in 2013 came too late in relation to Eunice Kazembe. Eunice Kazembe, a CPTM companion, awarded about 3 years ago, was one of the founders of the Smart Partnership movement. She was in Malawi, part of the first vision making in Malawi, alongside President, Vice President, Business, Press Corporation, and alongside Lekoma Modibasela, who was first to develop a joint dialogue convener function for the first dialogue in Southern Africa, in Kasane. Eunice Kazembe was one of the soul of Smart Partnership movement. Eunice, alongside Dr. Angolo, alongside Mishek, Chris Katsande, Henry Zinretwewi, as well as Eli Tumine and Professor Sam Tuliamuhika, and of course Oma, and alongside John Carter, who introduced us to her, Ian Strahan from South Africa. We were a family who in 1997 we made together Kasane, and who was to imagine that by 2013 we would have gone so far with Southern African spirit, to which Eunice put so much into it, and we would have had 2013 in Dar es Salaam and 21 Smart Partnership dialogues by now. We thank Eunice, and we'll try to remember and build on Eunice's contribution. And we will try to tell Her Excellency Joyce Banda, President of Malawi, who was herself part of Eunice Kazembe's network in Malawi in 1997. We try to tell her all our deepest sympathy and condolences and need for building on Eunice's contribution in Malawi and in the movement. President Joyce Banda is actually chairman of SADC, and in a very emotional and very from the heart message Sunday morning at President Mandela's burial, she mentioned about the future of SADC. She mentioned about the impact that meeting President Mandela in Kasane in 1997 at the Smart Partnership Dialogue, the impact it had on her, and particularly even today when she is president of the country. So we'd like to take this opportunity to to address through Her Excellency President Banda of Malawi all our condolences and sympathy to her family, to Eunice's families, and to all her network and all the government. She is a very big miss. But we were going to try to build on her contributions, and we will talk a bit more about her at the beginning of the year. Now, within the letter that we usually write at the end of the year to accompany our card, the CPTM movement's card, we mentioned a few things. We mentioned about some new paradigms that we notice that need to be addressed, which requires think tanking and which by now is well embedded into the way the smart partnership movement is evolving. In addition to international smart partnership dialogues, and of course in addition to the networking activities at the national level. Now, some of these new paradigms are related to issues which smart partnership movement tried to put together into what is called a unique smart partnership framework and practice for addressing nations to succeed rather than fail, and which is the greatest contribution and follow-up from the Dar es Salaam dialogue led by His Excellency President Kikwete. Part of this new paradigm is the question of, are we really talking about nation states? Are we addressing issues related to market states? Or are we addressing actually the issues, visions and all the rest of the initiatives in relation to a new type of governance? We call it smart partnership type of governance. Some of the Nobel Prize people call, which we mention in my letter, calls that polycentric governance. It doesn't matter what it's called. The question is to address the right governance. So I'm sure there are many other new paradigms that in our thinking which are relevant for the correct progress and implementation and success for a nation, that all the smart partners during the forthcoming holidays, that they are in the summer or they are in the winter or in the spring, that we would want to share among ourselves at the beginning of the year. So the letter is unfinished. It's just a stimulus for yourselves to try to add to it your own thoughts, as well as usually one does, new resolutions in relation to smart partnership context for 2014. And with this, once again, on behalf of CPTM Chairman Tan Shioma and all his colleagues on the board, on behalf of CPTM Fellows Emeritus, and obviously 2013 and hopefully 2014 in South Africa, to wish ourselves a good year, and in particularly a smart year where we can leverage smart partnership for a better world. All the best to you.